I never had any signs and feelings that things were not right. It just was something that was brought on to me because of having had the test. I had the mammogram, and the next day I got a phone call.
Hey, Cheryl, I'm calling you from the oncology department at the Belleville.
That I needed to have an ultrasound test, and they found a lump. And that was the start of my journey. I was diagnosed actually on my birthday. October 25th is my birthday, and that's when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I'll never forget it. I knew I would have a journey. I just didn't know what was ahead of me yet.
We see it on patients' faces, especially when we see them for the first visit. I've used all kinds of words like metastatic and advanced, incurable. None of those words tend to sit, but the moment you mention stage 4, you can see the face sinking. Pretty much everything you tell them, very often they don't hear, right? Because they're just sort of in a state of shock. It's trauma in slow motion is what it is.
You know, my journey through this has been scary, and diagnosis makes you stop and think about, how long am I going to live? Is this going to be the end of my journey? I'll tell you, it breaks your heart to think that you're alone. You're laying in bed, and every part of your life goes through your head. Can I work again? How am I going to handle all these treatments? How is my family going to feel if I'm no longer around? Outwardly, to my friends and family, I was a pillar of strength. But inside, I think I was a little bit crumbled. I didn't want anyone else to feel bad for me. And so it was just the quiet times that were painful. I was more concerned sometimes in telling people. People sometimes can talk to you differently if you have cancer. What's scary is sometimes that if you're told that you have cancer and someone else hears that you have cancer, the tone in their voice can change. They don't know how to talk to you. They'll say to you, "Oh, I'm so sorry for what you're going through." And I know that they're legitimately sorry for what you're going through, but I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I want you to be happy for me because I'm on a journey that's going to try and make me well. And that's how I feel. So I don't ever want pity. I want support. Community support of any kind of hospital equipment is pivotal. I would just certainly recommend that anybody look into your own heart and just see what you can give just to help support any of us that have been on the journey.
Like every test, the mammogram is not perfect. There are times when the mammogram simply doesn't see things. And there are times when it causes unnecessary biopsies, or it shows something that looks suspicious but you're not really sure what it is, and so there's a recall rate where the patient has to be brought back in for another test, for another relook, perhaps another modality of imaging. And TOMO actually improves the testing characteristics in all of these facets. It actually sees things more clearly. So mammogram is like looking at an image in 2D, and TOMO is looking at it in 3D. So very often you can see things that a 2D mammogram simply doesn't see.
They're able to do more. They're able to provide better resolution, a better patient comfort, and typically at a lower radiation dose. We ideally like to see women present very early, and typically we would want to diagnose breast cancers during screening mammography, where we find breast cancers when they are small, where the cancers have not spread, and they are easier to treat, to detect things earlier. And earlier detection is key to everything I've talked about, because the sooner we can find the tumor, the less disruption it is for the patient, because they may not need chemo, they may not need this additional treatment, or they may not need this additional surgery. So the sooner we find earlier tumors is all the better for the patient. We don't want our patients to be, getting the second best imaging, but TOMO would be the best screening to my knowledge. That is becoming the standard elsewhere. And so we should
strive to make it available for patients here as well.
With this new equipment being a little more ergonomic for the patient, it's going to be a more comfortable experience for them. That compression paddle coming down a little slower, you can ease it on the breast a little easier. The other thing this new machine has is called a duetta, which the patient can actually provide their own compression, so they can be in control of the amount of compression that is being applied. Patients find that a much more comfortable procedure because they're in control of the pressure that's being applied. The old-style mammogram machines always have an element of fear because everybody says, oh, they can be painful and they're uncomfortable, and in some ways they can be. I am absolutely thrilled with the thought of a 3D mammography machine.
It's very important that we replace the machine now because it's past end of life. If we were to wait a few more months or a few more years, if there is a prolonged downtime, it would be quite detrimental to breast imaging, patient care in Quinte and in Belleville. I would urge everyone to give generously to this very important cause. One of Quinte's values is imagine as you. Whenever a patient asks me, should I get this done? Should I not get this done? The first thing that comes to mind is, I imagine if my wife or my mother asked me this, what would I do? What would I say?
I lost my parents, both of them at fairly young ages, and I want to live as long as I can and just have a full life, and that's my goal. I just want to be happy and make other people happy as much as I can. We can't change a diagnosis, but as a community, we can change what happens next.